Aloha, everyone. I'm here with Brian and Megan. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
Hi.
And we're here for another episode of Spinning Yarn.
Welcome to today's episode of Spinning Yarn. Brian Daniel Edwards has traveled the world studying with spiritual adepts, initiates, and elders. In most cases, some of the greatest secrets and amazing information were revealed through an informal exchange of storytelling, oftentimes referred to as spinning yarn. Join the Infinite Love movement as we spin yarn. Feel free to interact, ask questions, and comment. We will be doing live healing and coaching for those who participate and ask. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for future conversations with Brian.
Thank you for watching. Today we have a really special episode. We're sitting fireside next to a sacred fire. We are going to do some didge and drum. We're going to then afterwards take some prayer requests. And we're going to bless your prayer requests into tobacco and then throw those prayers into the fire. So stick around. I hope everybody enjoys the concert, and then start commenting with your prayer requests. After we are done playing, I'll start going through those, and we will bless them and put them into each, we'll put your prayers into our sacred fire. So thanks for joining and enjoy the music. So Mike is watching. I hope everybody enjoyed that. The background of the Dig, well, I guess let's tell the origins of the Dig. There were it's one of the only natural instruments created not by human hands. It's created by the termites. In Australia, the termites, or the white ants, eat the inside dead part of the tree, leaving the outside live part. So as the tree grows, it's hollow. And the legend has it the first time that a Dig was played was an Aboriginal was throwing wood on the fire, and he saw that it was full of the white ants, or the termites. So he didn't want to kill them all, so he blew them out. And as he was blowing them out of the didgeridoo, he blew them into the sky. And that is where the stars came from. And then, as he's blowing on it, the sounds of Mother Earth started coming out of the ditch. So that is the story of the first didgeridoo. The other instrument I was playing is the bull roar. I cannot remember the Aboriginal name for it right now. But as you spin it around, it spins and makes the vibrations of the planet. It opens portals. It's a way to communicate with the ancestors. It's really, there's a whole practice around this. And I'd love to go more in depth and learn more about it. But it's a beautiful way to open a space, a beautiful way to hold that vibration. There's ceremonies that they do with this. My great friend and brother Wurunga in Australia gave me a lot of information about it and taught me a lot. So I'd like to make it back to Australia and learn from him. So if anybody has prayers, please add them to the stream. Or please comment and we can bless some tobacco. Put your prayers into tobacco and throw them into the fire.
We'll have some prayers as well. As you be done, we have some prayers to offer for ourselves and for the whole planet.
Yeah, let's start with some prayers for the planet.
So we're offering tobacco in the Native American way, that tobacco is a carrier of the prayers. The prayers are spoken into the tobacco and programmed with the frequency, and then they're given to the fire. It combusts, and the smoke is said to carry the prayers to all the corners of creation. Tobacco is also a gift from Mother Earth. It's one of the oldest traditions that I've learned from my teachers, that whenever you give thanks to something, you leave a little bit of tobacco or prayer. And we open this prayer in this space, in this sacred fire, opening our multidimensional awareness, seeing forward and backwards in time. We call to our entire DNA ancestral lineage. We call to all of our ancestors, existing forwards and backwards in time, to be here and present at this sacred fire. We ask for the spirit of tobacco to carry the prayers for the good of the nations, the good of the earth, and the good of all of our communities. And we create a prayer for peace, for not exactly peace, but peace of mind for the people. For the people to come out of the mania and the polarization and the fear, the delusion that has been created in modern life and society. We pray for people to come out of this mania and out of this fear and just come to a sane and right mind so they can be at peace in their own minds. Because everyone's got opinions right now and it's really crazy, but I pray for the peace of all my brothers and sisters. I call to the medicine teachers, all those experiences, those people, places, circumstances that taught me, to learn how to really live and make spiritual ideas practical in my reality. And I take all these lessons and I acknowledge that I've learned many things and that I also have much to learn. With this prayer, I pray to remain humble, in my opinion of myself, in a way which is empowering, not inflating to the ego, yet keeps me in check.
Pray for an understanding, everybody's consciousness level to raise. Start to step into the new vibration of the planet. Start to step out of that old third dimensional level of consciousness that we're leaving. We're no longer there anymore. Stepping into a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of awareness, so that everyone may step into the new you. And just as I throw this tobacco in the fire, throw the old you into the fire, because that's not you anymore. You're a new character. You're a new person. You're a new. You can leave the old behind. That's fine.
I pray for the idea of the new earth, of a place where we all coexist as one human race, one human species, where we share all of our resources in plenty, and everybody has ample food, water, clothing, shelter, and lives in a society where people aren't forced to work at a place they dislike every day. Really creating that vision of the new earth where we can live in harmony with the planet and with each other. There's no need for war. There's no need for fighting. There's no need to hide possessions. Coming to a place where we can live without the need to constantly chase money. And I see this vision of the new earth. As I send it to the fire, I feel it manifesting.
Pray for freedom of the mind, freedom of the soul, the escape from the Babylonian money magic system, the escape from the mind control programs of Monarch, MK Ultra, for people's minds to be freed from that mind control. The easiest way would be to turn the television on. Prayers for you to be released. Prayers for you to wake up. Prayers for the new earth to emerge victorious, triumphant, releasing old technologies that no longer serve us because we've been slave to them, releasing free energy technology, technology that will actually revolutionize the planet, bringing these technologies to the awareness, praying that they may never be covered up again or greed.
I pray for happiness, prosperity, knowing that where I put my attention is where energy flows. And I choose to be abundant at this time. I choose to be prosperous and successful. I choose to be happy, to have good relationships. I choose to see my friends. I choose to sit out by fire. I choose to do the things that I love to do. And I allow myself to be happy without the need to find a reason for something to fix anymore. Just allowing consciousness to be, being aware of what's around me. Just enjoying that awareness. That is the presence. That is what happens when you meditate for enough thousands of hours. You start to just become fixated on the present moment. Your mind, it's free from these incessant thoughts going to a future or a past, and constantly thinking that something's going to be better and fixed. So we let all that go and just come into the moment. Be where you're at, be right here now. And pray for the happiness of that moment for myself and for all my brothers and sisters.
Pray for the freedom, awareness around plant medicine, plant technologies, They've been around for thousands of years. And only in modern times have they been demonized and outlawed. The idea that someone can go to jail for growing or using a plant should be absurd. But in this modern society, that's the mainstream view. I pray that people will wake up and realize it's a plant. Use it responsibly. Listen to the lessons of the plants. Whether it's tobacco, whether it's mushrooms, ayahuasca, peyote. We free them and we free the people that have been imprisoned by the plants or for using the plants, and as well as the ones that have been enslaved by the plants, whether it's heroin and the opium poppy. May those people please be released from you, O sacred poppy. The people that are addicted to methamphetamine. The original methamphetamine comes from the ephedra plant. We call upon you, sacred ephedra plant, to please release your grip on all the people held in your grasp, methamphetamine and others. Calling for the physical, mental, spiritual, emotional release from the use of plants, which no longer serve them, and also from the physical prison cells that people have been locked up in for the use of these plants.
May they be free, sovereign and free.
Be free.
I pray for sovereignty in this world and in my life, to be able to choose my own choices, walk my own path, and live life the way I want to live it. I do not consent to any system of domination and control altering my timelines, altering my reality, or influencing me in any way. I choose to focus on my path, to live where I want to live, to sit by fire. I choose to eat how I want to eat, love how I want to love, and I do not allow any programming, any television, any media to influence me. I am a free and sovereign being. My mind is free. And any system of domination and control, you have no fucking power over us.
Aho me takoyas. Let's check the comment board.
Let's see.
Does anyone have comments? We have at least 3 people watching. Anybody have any prayers for us to include? We'd love to hear from you. Anybody? Any intentions, any prayers? Does anybody need any healing? Any help, any advice?
So what about for the people who are watching later? Do you want to offer some tobacco like to the screen, and then they can kind of tap in their own timeline, and then you can offer it with their prayers?
Okay, that's an excellent idea. Oh, we got a new comment. This is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Okay, we'll take this pinch of tobacco, and anybody can offer their prayers to it. Whatever intention you have now or anytime in the future, there is no time. Imagine blowing your prayers or whispering your prayers, speaking your prayers into this tobacco. Okay, I can feel the energy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. I can feel the energy entering the tobacco. Thank you. Offer your sacred prayers, the highest prayers of your heart, spoken or unspoken. My fingertips are tingling right now. There's so much energy coming at this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. This is a sacred fire that has the ashes connecting it to many thousands of years of sacred fires. If you have a sacred fire and you attend sacred fires, you can take some of the ash and have a little bag of ash and then add a pinch of that to your fire, and that connects it to the other sacred fires all around the world. Anytime I travel, I bring a pinch, or I bring my bag with me and throw a pinch in a sacred fire and take a pinch out. So these prayers are going into fires that I've connected for the generations. So put your prayers into this tobacco. Thank you. Mike has a prayer that he'd like to offer for those asleep. Yes, please wake up. We will take a pinch of tobacco and offer it for that prayer. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for sharing. Any more prayers coming in? Here's one for the best and highest good of everyone that needs healing. Everyone watching, everyone connected to everyone watching. From infinity to infinity and beyond. Sending out the highest prayers, the highest good. Calling upon the very Creator to bless this tobacco and send the prayers back to you. Everyone watching, everyone touched by you. Awakening your healing, awakening your spiritual vision, your spiritual powers, waking you up. It's okay. If you've been asleep, it's not a "see, I told you so." It's a welcome awake. Come join us. It's never too late. Put your love and attention into the tobacco. Bless it. Thank it. Here's a prayer for your soul family to reach out to you. Your true origins, your soul tribe, here or elsewhere, on this side, on the other side, in any of the dimensions, calling them to come help you. Ask for their help. Ask them into your life. Calling your guides, your ancestors, the angels, the star nations, the positive star nations, the people of the earth, the sacred people under the ground, positive vibration of light and love. Any guides, any helpers you have that are 100% of light and love, we're calling them in for you, calling them to heal. Open your heart to them, open your heart to their help. Okay, let's take this specific prayer and put that into the tobacco. Prayer is to tap into the knowledge and power of our ancestors. And this has to do with DNA as well, that our DNA may be awakened. There's genetic memory passed down from our ancestors. So may our ancestors come in spirit along with that ancestral knowledge being awakened in our DNA. Okay, Becca, who, thank you for the intro, by the way. It is absolutely amazing. Becca has an amazing voice and did the intro and outro, so a lot of thanks to her. Pray for universal healing for all beings, those that are searching for the light within themselves. Okay, let's blow that into the tobacco. Becca is currently in Sedona right now. So why don't we make a special intention to call the nature spirits in Sedona and the energy of the vortexes and bring those into our ceremony right now? The ancestors of that land, the nature spirits, the earth energy and the vortexes there, bringing them in. May you have the experience of being in Sedona, being in the shaman's cave, being in all those amazing, powerful, and magical places. Calling them in with this tobacco. Okay, excellent. Becca is joining our ceremony, and she's on the other end. So our sacred fire is now connected to Sedona. Thank you, Becca, for joining, and thank you for connecting this to the sacred land of Sedona. She feels that so strongly. So I'm very lucky. Northern Ohio is now connected to Arizona. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for taking part in this ceremony and connecting us to that very sacred land and anchoring the energy to Sedona. One of the amazing things about ceremony is oftentimes ceremony involves fire. Even if it's a mesa with candles, that energy of the plasma, that extra state of energy, it's not physical, it's not energetic, or it is energetic, it's closer to energy. The plasma of the fire. It's a warm glow. I've spent much time around fires and ceremony, connecting, meditating, It's a beautiful way to connect to the ancestors, which have done this for tens of thousands and beyond. You are very welcome, Becca. And thank you for everyone for watching. You are really what makes this show. Everybody's interaction. If anyone has any prayers, don't be shy. Jump in, comment, share any prayers you have. Thank you. One, two, three. Communion with the earth running through me. Okay, yes, let's throw one in there for communion with the earth.
I pray for all the goats in the world that they be happy and free,
All the animals.
especially the goats.
Okay.
I mean that.
Okay, well, let's throw some tobacco in for the goats.
Really a prayer for the animals and all the goats that they be treated with respect and that they be out of servitude in systems. So that the animal spirits have good places to go, be at peace with their natural systems, the earth, and that their whole kingdoms and realities remain balanced.
Yeah, including this, especially for our friends, our four-legged friends, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, they're there for us all the time. They're such loving, healing creatures. Let's throw them some prayers. So Tammy has just a prayer. I'm not sure if you have a specific prayer, but we'll just take your prayer intention and put that in the fire as well. Thank you, Tammy. I'd love to share the energy of Colorado. It heals me every time I'm here. Well, thank you. Thank you for connecting from Colorado. And we will call upon Colorado and the beauty of Colorado. I love Colorado. I'm hoping to come out there very soon. Calling in the sacred lands of Colorado, the mountains, the rivers, the lakes, the beautiful land, and all the nature spirits of Colorado, the ancestors that have been in Colorado, the people under the mountain in Colorado, the good people under the mountain in Colorado. Okay, we have the another intention for the goats. You're very welcome, Tammy. Yes, thank you for joining the live stream. Feel free to comment, and if you have any prayer requests, go ahead and toss those up there. I'll throw those into the fire. May all beings find truth, contentment, love, liberation from emptiness. Okay, we'll blow that into the tobacco. That's an excellent prayer. Thank you. Keep the prayers coming in. This is a beautiful event. I can feel the energy of the ceremony growing. Thank you for joining. Everybody joining, everybody here with us, thank you. This gives the energy back to the earth it requires. Yes, thank you. Well, in Quechua, or the tradition of the Q'ero, there's the principle of Aini, balancing giving and taking, not taking more than you give, not giving more than you take. And this is something everybody forgets. Everybody thinks they have to be selfless, but it's okay to be selfish once in a while. It's okay to take care of yourself first. It's okay to take care of your business. But oftentimes when you give, it comes back 1,000-fold. So balance that in your life. Don't give from an empty cup. Don't drain yourself. Don't drain your energy. Take care of yourself. Just like in an airplane, when they say put the mask on yourself first and then help those around you. You can't help anybody if you are drained completely, whether it's your energy, whether it's your physical self, your health is drained, whether it's your finances are drained. You're no good to yourself or anybody if you're drained. So take care of yourself and have that balance and be in balance with Mother Earth. And we'll put that into the tobacco. You're very welcome. It's a very important thing on the spiritual side as well as the financial and physical self. You got to take care of yourself first. Okay, clean water and our water warriors at line 3. And everybody who is fighting for or maybe not even fighting, but working towards taking care of our home. Mother Earth is our home. That's our Earth Mother provides for us. So if we try to bleed her and really not treat her with the respect, well, there's an expression: "Don't shit where you eat." How about don't shit where you live? So let's take care of the planet. She gives us a lot. Let's take care of her. There's resources that are provided to take care of ourselves, but let's not let greed take too much. Right now, we need the mother's milk. We need sustenance from the planet. Whether it's the food we need, whether it's the building materials we need, whether it's minerals we need from the earth. But let's not get greedy. We should take care of it. Again, that idea of Aini, being in Aini with the earth. Or in Hawaiian, it's called Pono, being right. Are we square with the earth? Are you living your life in a Pono way? Are you taking care of the earth? Are you doing your best to minimize your impact or even do your best to help revive it? How do you live? Are you living from consumption and consumerism, buy it, throw it out, buy a new one? Or are you taking care of what you have and going, well, I don't need to buy into consumerism. I don't need to waste my energy on the newest, latest, greatest, whatever it is, electronic or other, like a new car every few years and all this and that. No, we can do with less. We've been convinced we need more, but we can do with less. Through my travels, I've learned oftentimes some of my happiest times were when I had nothing. Circumstances lined up where for a night I didn't have access to any of my stuff in Hawaii, and I ended up sleeping out on the beach. Used an Aboriginal technique where I buried myself in the sand and I stayed warm and I slept out underneath the stars. I didn't have anything. I didn't need anything. Hawaii really teaches you about abundance in a different form.
Hawaii, man. I lived out.
So taking that prayer. Continue. Go ahead.
Hawaii. I just want to share a story about Hawaii. Hawaii really taught me how to live very minimalistically and connected me back with nature. I got out of a relationship I was in, and it was just like I was done working, didn't want to do it anymore, and I had a car, so I sold the car and bought a plane ticket to Hawaii. Showed up at a wolfing farm, worldwide organic farm network where you can go do work trade. So I did that for about a couple months and ended up in this intentional community that was an eco hostel out in the middle of the jungle. We had a little solar panel, but like no cell phones, no anything. It didn't matter. Like I wore the same pair of shorts. All the food was everywhere. All the coconuts I can drink. And I didn't know what day it was. I didn't know what month it was. None of it mattered. And it got so back to the earth being in that time frame, like waking up and walking out to a lava field naked to enjoy the sunrise. I mean, it's just like, it's just majesty with that. And really the less is more there. I didn't have any possessions really. I had like a Rubbermaid bin of a few things that was in a storage locker. I mean, like, but they had clothes, and then there were community tools. Like everybody shared all the food, everything was there. Everybody shared. My work trade was 2 4-hour days a week. And then one day, the whole community, every Tuesday, got up in the morning, 10 o'clock, got happy, and they did a big job. You had 20, 30 people doing a job. All the work that needed to be done for the week was done. Then we do little projects for the other day of work trade, and I only had to work 2 days a week.
Yeah, it's such a different idea. Instead of having, working from 9 to 5, it's, project. You finish when the project's done. There's no sense in doing busy work, or it's such a different way of life.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. And the abundance it grows on the trees.
Literally.
Food is everywhere. It really showed me a whole different concept of what abundance is. There was this insane abundance. You could literally walk down the road and get breakfast by the fruit hanging on the trees.
Or you just drink a coconut.
Yeah. Grab a coconut, eat avocados. That was one of my favorite things about Hawaii was the avocados. There was more avocados than you could possibly ever eat. Instead of having like a base of rice and beans, I would have beans on top of avocado. It was amazing and very healthy.
Yeah. And kind of on the less is more topic, like I really learned that at one point I was just kind of done with everything, and I was a traveler on the road, didn't have a car. I'd make a little money when I needed it, and I had a backpack. And I went around like that for a good year, just hitchhiking, going from place to place, spending a lot of time in the woods. And I learned that the universe has my back, that God is watching out for me, however you want to say it. Like the most amazing things would happen. I'd meet beautiful people that would take me like, oh, it's like, hey, why don't you come stay with us for a few days? Or I'd always get the ride I need. Just whatever I wanted to do, I wanted to go somewhere, and it would manifest and would happen. And I wasn't scared about money. I wasn't scared about where I was going to sleep. I'd sleep wherever I'd sleep, beyond the most beautiful woods and climbing mountains and walking vast 1,000-mile hiking trails, just like the freedom to do all this. Whenever I needed food, it literally came.
Yeah, I have
needed
always
money,
been
it
taken care of. Anytime I've been in a pinch, money just shows up. It doesn't mean I don't work for it. Sometimes a work opportunity shows up and I work for it. Other times it just kind of falls in my lap. It's amazing. I'm always taken care of. Right as things look bleak, as long as I keep faith, boom, it shows up. So let's take this tobacco and release the fear of lack.
Yeah. Also clear out the fear of lack with this piece of sage, working with the tobacco.
Okay, I missed a prayer here. Please send some blessings to the red clay of Georgia and her tall pines. Okay, excellent. Thank you for connecting from Georgia. Calling upon the ancestors of Georgia, calling upon the sacred spirits of Georgia, the land, the energy of Mother Earth in Georgia. Beautiful land. I love the energy in Georgia. I'm heading down that way soon, or at least that's the
too.
plan. So.
I'm going to be down there in a week to go work with a client.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So, calling upon the energy of Georgia, introducing ourselves to that energy, and
also to Belinda, who I'll be working with. Down there, calling in her energy and sending prayers and blessings to her.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. Any last comments? We're coming up on an hour, so we can probably wrap up the ceremony. Does anyone have any last prayers or intentions? You know, even for yourself. If you have a personal intention, you're in need of healing, you'd like help with something, we can. You don't even have to say it. You can just say, silent request. Throw up some prayer hands, and we'll breathe that intention into the tobacco.
I'd like to send a prayer. Somebody can put some
Yep.
tobacco near me.
Okay.
To everybody who is suffering in any way, whether it's through oppression or pain or people experiencing a breakup or just anything that anybody's going through that they're struggling with, just we all know that we're going to come out of this and that we're not alone. So praying for everybody to know that they're not alone and to keep going.
Home takoyas. And we have a request from Mike to throw some prayers up for him. So whatever it is, Mike, it's intentions for you. Okay, anyone else?
I got another one.
Okay.
So just sending prayers to anybody who's caught in a fear cycle. So whether that's due to the current, everything that's going on in the world, COVID-19, different things like that, or whether it's long-standing circles and cycles that we've sort of been chasing our tails through. May we all see and know the truth and find our way through and love ourselves and accept ourselves and accept all those parts of ourselves that feel unacceptable. And to really honor ourselves and each other, and to recognize when we get triggered that this is usually, if not always, got to do with our inner child. And this is a beautiful thing. And to just be there for ourselves and honor ourselves, especially when things are hard. You know, like we want to congratulate ourselves on things when they're going well and our victories, but also hold ourselves close when things are challenging.
I want to say a prayer of gratitude to you, Megan, for holding the drum beat the entire time. That's
thank
pretty
you.
awesome.
Yes,
You're
thank
holding
you.
the whole frequency container is being held by that drum.
The heartbeat of the ceremony. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'd like to throw some prayers up for the group I'm working with right now, Wild Success. So for everybody in Wild Success, that they may become the best healers, coaches that they can. For everybody in there, may you touch people's life in a very profound way and help them. Wild winds. See, we got a couple more comments here.
Excellent.
Mike thanking us. And
Thanks for sharing your prayers, Mike.
to find my way to healing others as a career without the 9 to 5. Excellent. Yeah, that's what we are working on right now. So thank you. And yeah, may you be blessed as a healer. So let's send you lots of energy and call on the ancestors for you, call on the angels, call on whoever you feel strongly, whoever you're connected to, whether it's the star people, whether it's the people of the earth, the highest light and good. May they help you along your journey, and may you be blessed and gifted. Find your path. May you hear the voice of God strongly in your heart. May you be that perfect hollow bone and let the energies flow through you and heal you and those you work on for you. Okay, we're just about at an hour, so I will hold up my hand full of tobacco, and anybody's last prayers, anybody's prayers, intentions, go ahead, breathe them into the tobacco, speak them into the tobacco. Even if you don't know of any of your prayers, just hold them with the highest prayers of your heart and breathe them into the tobacco. I feel the energy coming in. Okay, this is great. I feel everybody's energy. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers. Okay, thank you. Now I'll put these into the fire. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for sharing your prayers. May the highest healing come to you. May all your ancestors, guides, and everybody working with you come and heal you. So we are going to close out now. Thank you for joining. Aloha.
We hope you enjoyed this video session. Please support the Infinite Love Movement by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Visit theinfinitelovemovement.org to sign up for healing sessions, classes, and events with Bryan.